This week on Rocks in a Hard Place.
No one's done a patrol down here since 07.
A flight and the warrant officer meet the Iraqi army and venture into potentially hostile territory.
The last patrol that went in here, it got bricked fairly heavily by the youth on the way out.
Starting off with Tier 2, right, M&D southeast, militia contingency planning and anticipation.
The morning briefing for the men of A Flight. Today they need to visit an Iraqi army post housed in a symbolic Shia shrine. Located on top of an old bomb dump, the post hasn't been visited since last year, and it's up to the flight to gather some local intelligence from the soldiers.
The bomb dump's just north of a town called Amaninas, which is on a main railway junction. Saddam had an air defence asset that was linked up by the optic cable which run along the side of the railway line, and he did that so the coalition forces couldn't tell that he was activating his radars when the aircraft were coming in to bomb the military targets in Iraq. What it meant was that with the bomb dump just north of Amaninas, it became a fairly important target, so it was heavily bombed.
As we approach the shrine, the first Iraqi soldiers come out to meet us.
They'll be friendly. You can see they're coming out, they're not carrying weapons, they're fairly laid back in their attitude. If anything, they're probably coming out, mind you, look, they're escorting the lads in, not carrying weapons, not wearing headdress, and they seem perfectly at ease with the troops.
Surprised to see us here, I think. No one's done a patrol down here since 07, so quite surprising.
As the rest of the flight provides security and chat with the troops, it's up to Corporal Gav Ryder to find out what their head man knows.
Gav did most of the talking, J2. He will have got plenty of information off them. They were very talkative, they weren't keeping us out of the building, and we're happy to answer any questions we asked.
They're probably the most approachable Iraqi army that we've spoke to out here, to be honest. But they are totally isolated from the rest of the army, going by what they're saying.
The village itself, I'd say that most of the families there have either lost a brother, a son, a daughter, so they really have no reason to like us whatsoever. So what now? We're going into Amaninas now. What we're going to do is we're going to head into the school first of all, because the last patrol that went in here, it got bricked fairly heavily by the youth on the way out. So what we're going to try and do to prevent that, we've got some footballs and some shirts for the kids in the Mastiff, you see, just over to your right. And what we're going to do is we're going to approach the school teachers and we're going to give them the footballs and the shirts to hopefully try and keep the kids away from us. Once we've done that, go and just recce the south side of the village for atmospherics, bearing in mind that the Iraqi army have just warned us that keep your eyes open for militia in the village, so we'll see how we get on.
It seems this time Tim's plan has worked at keeping the kids at bay.
Well, in the group by themselves, they're quite friendly, and if you see you've got something like we've obviously walked in with a lot of footies, they'll be your best mate. Obviously once that's been dished out and when they're on the way out, it's a different story. Like they're a bit more aggressive, obviously checking stones, but like we've been told before and like we've seen previously, like they're just kids and they've got nothing better to do, so obviously when they're in a little secluded town like this and a group of soldiers come in, looking for a bit of a thrill, a bit of a laugh, obviously at our expense.
Because of the problems we've had in the past, we've nipped into school, touched base with the head teacher, who also turns out to be the mayor. The mayor is totally on side, and he's keen to show us around his village.
Yeah, the guy in the school gate was very friendly. He spoke really good English as well. Coming out with some American lines. These kids are crazy, man. That's what he kept saying to me.
However, the mayor's guide seems reluctant to venture into one part of the village.
We tried to talk him into coming with us, but he wouldn't come. So obviously that makes us just think that why won't he come with us down here? But obviously I think there's obviously people that live down here that he's scared of, so he doesn't want to be seen to help.
With nothing too scary unearthed and the tasking complete, A Flight return to the relative cool of their vehicles and head back to the cob.
Mike 13 Charlie, my dismounts are out and clearing the first double shells of this bridge.
Bravo, Roger.
Next time on Rocks in a Hard Place.
It's the ideal piece of kit. It will go across any piece of ground.
Dougie is put through his paces on quad bike training, and Chris reveals his hidden talents.
Did it for about a year when I was 16, but I should start charging really.